Today I'm gonna show you how to make chicken caldo, and it's a traditional Mexican food. And the first thing you need is a big pot of water, and you're gonna fill it with chicken. It can be thighs, legs, anything. We've used thighs and legs. I think we used two legs and three thighs. And right now we're just adding we just added the chicken to the boiling pot of water. This is a very traditional dish here in Mexico. Then we did it on a fogon. I can't find the on an outside the oven, I guess you can call it. A spit. I don't know. I'm not sure the right word for it. But it's pretty basic. It's pretty simple. It looks complicated when you see it on TV or online, but it's pretty basic. Just throw in some pieces of chicken and some ingredients and let it boil and it cook, and that's pretty much it. Right now we're gonna light up the fire. Okay, these are the ingredients that we're gonna put in besides the pieces of chicken. We're gonna put in some cabbage, chopped up cabbage. You can chop it up any way you want. You can dice it up or little pieces or big pieces. It doesn't matter. It's still gonna get cooked. So usually you put like 1/4 of a head of cabbage. But if you don't like a certain ingredient, you don't have to put it in there. If you don't like that much cabbage, you can put just maybe just a couple of pieces, or you can exclude that ingredient off your list. But I like cabbage a lot, so we're gonna go ahead and put a bunch of cabbage in there. Our next ingredient is one tomato, and if you like a tomato a lot, you can put two pieces. I just use one whole tomato, and you're gonna cut it up just like so, and that's gonna allow us to cut it up into little cubes. It's just much faster. Now that we have our tomato cut up, we're gonna start with the next ingredient, and that's gonna be a potato. If you like potato a lot, you can add 2 or 3 potatoes. It's up to you. I'm just gonna put one because the pot we're gonna do our ingredients is not that big. You can see that's like about 5 pieces. I would say maybe that's like 2 gallons of water that we added to it. While that's heating up, boiling, we're gonna dice up our potato. You split it into half and just I'm gonna cut it up into diced pieces of potatoes. Now, I don't recommend that you dice it up this small. It's really supposed to be like bigger chunks of potato. So we have that cut up, and we're gonna start with this Mexican cabbage. It's called chayote. It's a type of cabbage. It's called chayote. There's no translation for it in English, but it's just a type of cabbage that you find here. It's typical. You find it in many Mexican dishes. It's supposed to be really healthy for you. You're gonna go ahead and just cut it up into big chunks. Now I'm gonna add 1 little bowl of rice. So we add the rice into the little bowl. And we have all our ingredients ready. One thing I forgot to mention that I cut up some onion, I just didn't show it. And right now we're gonna show it. And we're also gonna add 2 garlic cloves into the pot. That really gives it some flavor. And you can see that onion right there. That's the one I forgot to show you guys. That's our other ingredients. We're not gonna put that until like maybe 10 minutes before the chicken is fully cooked. And right now we're putting 2 garlic cloves into the pot. That's really important because it gives it a lot of flavor to the caldo, to the caldo de pollo. And now we're gonna put some cumin. Cumin is used in a lot of dishes here in Mexico. And we're just gonna put it into the pot and let that chicken absorb that garlic flavor and the cumin before adding our rest of our ingredients into the pot. We'll let that heat up. Maybe like about 10-15 minutes. Okay, so while that's boiling, I like to eat my chicken caldo with little Doritos, like homemade Doritos, I guess, but without the seasoning. It's just a tortilla baked, deep fried in oil, and it's just really good. And that's how my family eats it. We don't eat it with tortillas. At least I don't. And we're gonna add a little bit of salt. You can don't. You, it's always good to add less salt than what you really need. You have to be careful with that. We'll put in our rest of our ingredients in there. A little bit of rice. I think we used too much rice in this one, but maybe because the pot wasn't big enough. And throw in some diced tomatoes in there. Pretty much just mix everything in there, kind of like the way you would make chicken stew. Our potatoes. And our cabbage. And we're gonna close the lid and let that heat up. Let it cook. We didn't have enough space for the cabbage, so that was sad. So back to making our deep fried tortillas. We're gonna add canola oil. You can add any type of oil that you want. I like canola oil because it's just a little bit healthier than vegetable oil. We're gonna let that oil heat up nice, and we're gonna add our tortilla to it. Okay, so we're gonna take our tortilla and we're gonna put it in the frying pan. Make sure that oil is nice and hot. And we're just gonna let that tortilla cook to a golden brown, till it's golden brown. Maybe like about 40 seconds, and you have to constantly turn it over on each side, because then one side's gonna cook more than the other, and we don't want that to happen, because then you overcook one side. And now that our chicken caldo is fully cooked, you can see how beautiful it looks. It looks really yummy. It looks really good. The pot was too big for the amount of ingredients that we put into it. You can see that garlic. And I think we added a little bit of basil. That's up to you if you want to add basil or oregano to it. Some people add it, some people don't. I'm not a big fan of basil or oregano in chicken caldo, but it's really up to you, up to to your personal taste. And right now we're gonna serve ourselves. I also cut up some cucumber and habanero peppers, and I put some lemon juice in it, and that's something that always like a side dish when you're eating chicken caldo. It's really common here in Mexico, which I highly recommend that you do.